Hello, and welcome back to the Makers Making Podcast, episode number 13. I think we're on 13. Lucky number 13? Unlucky 13? Who knows? Uh, anyway, I am Alex, Projects and Dad's Garage. I'm joined here tonight by my buddy Steven. Steven, say hello.
Hello, Stephen. No stream, just a maker. Doing birthday stuff right now. Party
Whose
stuff.
birthday?
Yeah, my oldest granddaughter's birthday will be Sunday,
Nice.
and I am going to disrupt everything.
And then we're joined once again by How We Do It.
Hello, Brad in the real world. Also, no kind of streamer or broadcaster of any sort. Just a maker. Make a little bit of everything. Build printers, blasters, whatever comes across. Here lately, I've been doing a lot of Maker Millwright stuff off his Free Heathen workshop on Maker World, and posting up makes off of that.
Nice.
In an empty chair.
And an empty chair. It's a nice chair.
Thank you.
It is. It is a very nice chair.
You guys like
I'm
watching the
dig.
chair?
I'm digging the purple.
Color
And
game?
then my friend and yours, Mr. Maker Millwright, the Free Heathen Workshop. There he is.
King of the dramatic entrance.
You know, a maker is never late. A maker is always on time.
That does kind of fit in with what we're going to be discussing tonight. Tonight we're going to discuss two main topics, and then go chase squirrels as we normally do. But we're going to discuss finding the motivation to complete long projects. Sometimes you start off strong on a project, and then somewhere in there, your venture sits behind you for 6 months untouched.
Man, you got personal.
We all do it, right? You start off, you're super excited about a project. It's not that you don't want to finish it. It's just that eventually you get so much time into it, and you start to, I don't know, want to move on to something new and exciting, or you just find yourself bogged down by something slows you down, and then you just can't get yourself back into the routine, whatever the case may be. And then also we're going to discuss whether taking on a related note, I know for me personally, oftentimes summer comes around and I really like doing things outside and outdoor activities, and you just kind of put your maker hobby on hold to do other things. And whether that's just a me thing or if that's a everybody thing.
Or you have a stroke.
There's paintbrushes inside. They're all inside next on the sink. And we're joined by Kenrog. What's up? And Icon in chat. Welcome, Icon.
Hello, hello.
I gotta give Canrog a compliment here. The LED macro for the Delta, that is fantastic.
It's the simplest macro that I've ever done, but it's also the one that I keep pushing just for fun.
It's pretty
Do it a
awesome.
lot. Yeah.
I take
It's
it that
gonna
means
get
you've gotten.
copy and pasted quite a bit on my stuff, I think.
I take it that means you've got a completed Delta flyer over there, Brad.
Not quite completed, but completed enough to play with the lights.
Nice. I forgot that you had that project.
I,
Yeah, it just kind of happened out of circumstance. Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. Phil had one coming, and they couldn't get it to him in his country, so we did a little rearranging, and I got his original, and he got one from, in Australia.
Yeah.
I built an Anycubic Delta and I gave it away.
I didn't even know Anycubic made a Delta.
Oh yeah,
Long time ago, yeah.
Huh.
yeah. Show my age.
Yeah, so the macro in question is that one.
Yes, yes, it is.
Canrock, I had something I wanted to bring to your attention, and I was like, it wasn't super important, so I hadn't done it yet. But for some reason, when I first built the Delta, I had no issues, right,
Mm-hmm.
with the print start macro that was in there. And then, um, as of like 2 weeks ago, I had to go in and change the print start macro because um, when it would start, it would, and I think it's a Clipper issue, not a U issue, but it's something that was easily fixed. Um, it when at the start of the print, it would go down to wherever it was supposed to start from being up at the top. It wouldn't come down first; it'd start to move off to the side first and error out because the move was out of range. So I had to go in, change the print start macro so that it lowered the tool head before the print started to avoid it.
I might have been experienced that myself. Right now. I'm not sure if I ever fixed it in the official released version, but I can
Yeah,
always check
I
that
said
and
it
fix
was
it.
weird. I don't know if I hit like the update button at some point. Um, because I was messing with
Bad.
a couple of things. No, I was trying to fix something, and I had the delta up in Orca Slicer, and I'm sometimes Orca Slicer gets a little buggy, even though you change the printer when you go over to the device screen, it
Yeah.
doesn't actually show the printer that you have up. So I might have accidentally hit update on the Clipper on that, and Clipper might have changed something with how they handle
Oh,
their moves.
I just checked my notes. It's a Orca Slicer bug, apparently.
Oh, it's an Orca Slicer bug.
Yep.
Okay.
So
But
if you just
regardless, it was a simple fix. It was one line.
just add a G1 to the end of
Yeah.
the macro and it'll go down. It'll fix itself.
John Doe, how's it going? But yeah, like I said, it wasn't super important. It was just a mental note to tell you about it next time I talk to you, and that's
Yep.
today. Um, so have you guys also found yourself lacking motivation to complete projects in the middle of it?
Never.
That's why I keep 3 or 4 projects at a time going. If I get tired of looking at one, I move over to the other one for a while and circle back around.
Yep.
Part of why my projects take so long to actually finish because I'll dip off of it for a while, come back around and work on something else for a while, and circle my way back around eventually.
I have that same tendency of getting really excited about something and then you hit some sort of speed bump or you're missing a part or something.
Mm.
And then you start a new project because you have to wait for a part or you just get
Hmm.
tired of it. And then your entire focus gets changed. And then that happens like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
And then you have to go back at some point and figure out, oh, yeah, I had this project. I have a printer that was supposed to completely redo my first printer, which is really bad quality i3 with a aluminium frame, not extrusion, but the normal plexi frame, but in aluminium instead. And it's over a year since I released part 2 of that video where I was working on it, and I still haven't gone back to it. It's just motivation to finish that project. And there's also the other thing of I sometimes get caught up in trying to make things a higher standard than I would normally do. So like with that project specifically, I want to do like the best version of that printer that I can do, and I keep hitting into small little details that I want to fix and getting new parts. I've probably built that thing like 4 times at this point, and I'm never happy with it.
That's the
Yeah.
other thing that'll get you is waiting on parts, and then you see some shiny little project off over here. Oh, I'll do this little project real quick, and then it turns into something bigger, or you finish that little project, but there's this other little project. It won't take that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I've grown past that.
Let's just say
I've got 10
perfect
projects of my own, and
enemy of progress.
8 or 9 projects that's labeled house. And then I've got another little thing on the whiteboard that just says honeydew with a great big question mark because that changes daily.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes real life gets in the way too, yeah. Sometimes life
Yeah.
happens.
The big one for me is waiting for parts because I can't order anything locally. I have to get everything from overseas. So
Yeah.
shipping times of a minimum of 3 weeks is normal. So every time I run into a snag, run out of parts or something, yeah, it's so hard to get. There's been a
You probably
couple
got you
of
a hell of a
times.
hardware bin sitting there though, with all the
Yeah,
basics, all
I've
the M,
I've
this
been
and that.
accumulating every time I need. I had this period of about a year when, whenever I needed a screw,
Mm.
or I needed 10 of the an M3 or whatever, instead of ordering 10, I would order 50, or if I needed
100
50, I would
or
order
yeah.
100,
Yep.
and then heat sets. Instead of ordering 100, I ordered 1,000,
Yep.
and I'm running out right now, so I need to get more. But
Well, if you're like me, if you sweep the floor up real good and sort through the dustpan, you'll find
yeah,
another
I
handful.
could probably build another printer just from that.
Yep.
Yeah. That's how I normally do stuff too. And I'm in the same boat where I've just run out of stuff now, with building a whole bunch of projects over the last, I don't know, year now without really restocking hardware. You start running out.
Yeah. All this
I
stainless hardware is really nice until you want to pick it up off the floor, and the magnet doesn't work.
Yeah.
I think my biggest project ends up being, you know, like Canrock or anybody else is after you've done projects, every project comes with spares.
Yeah.
So you organize stuff to the best you can,
Yep.
and then after you organize stuff, another project comes up. Like I had one. There's one that's going to take a 695 ZZ bearings, and I'm like, I know I've got them. And
Somewhere, yeah.
I'm looking at my purchase history, and my purchase history shows I bought like 50 of them. So now the project within the project becomes making absolutely sure I don't have the parts that I'm thinking that I've got.
Yep.
Well, and as soon as you order some, you're going to find the ones you were looking
Oh
for.
yeah, it never fails. Never.
I have that issue right now. So maybe like 4 years ago, I ordered some end stops for a project, and I got the wrong one. I got the optical one, not the clicky ones. And I thought, well, I might as well, like, there were $3. I don't care. I have them. I'll just order the actual ones. And I put them in a drawer, and I haven't had the need to get them until 2 days ago. And I thought, they're somewhere. And
Mm.
after a full day of looking around, I couldn't find it. So I just ordered new ones.
And now you'll go check your sock drawer or something, and you'll find a box.
Yeah,
of
probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been getting
When the
little
package gets
hardware
delivered,
drawers with dividers in them and sorting everything by size and type, and socket head, button head, stainless, or the black metal and whatever. And
yeah.
so I got it all sorted, and then I start working, and you're doing mods, right? So you take a screw out, and then you put a different screw in because you changed a part. So then next thing you know, I got a table full of screws to sort again.
I have a
Yeah.
couple of bins on my workbench at all times, and
Yep.
I haven't
Just
emptied
drop them
those
in there.
in 2 or 3 years. So there's probably a couple of printers worth of hardware. I
Mhm.
also had this period where I wanted to swap from button heads to socket heads. So now I try to avoid button head screws for anything, and I try to only use socket heads. And so I have thousands of socket head or button heads everywhere, but I don't
Yeah.
sort them anymore. I just have a large bin of them.
It kills me. It seems that LDO is doing the exact opposite and trying to only use button heads for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah, so the thing about button heads is that if you get the cheap ones,
They
um,
strip.
they strip super easily. But
Yes.
LDO has the good ones, and luckily they have a different color than the normal ones that I have. So whatever, if they're titanium coated, well, that's the color is called titanium.
And only use a
Then
ball tip if you have to on a button head.
yeah, and so if I can find one that's a button head, but they're the LDO color, then I'll keep those. Anything else just goes in to that random bin. And I also swapped to only using black bolts for everything. Just like the look of it.
Yeah,
How about the
and
cord? Yeah.
stainless is
Okay.
softer than the black steel bolts are. So if you're trying not to have your threads pull off your bolts or something like that, probably better off going with the black ones.
See, JPP just popped in here.
I see
He,
that.
he inherited the Anycubic because
Yeah.
when I met him at Murph last year, I gave him the Anycubic. And whether or not he's
JPP's got quite a collection of printers that he doesn't tell anybody about.
yeah, he's I think he has quite a collection, and he lost them in a boating accident. Or
Yeah. It's almost like he doesn't want the government to know for some reason. Like, you know, maybe the man knew what was coming.
Can I
Ken
weigh in on
Hogg,
the projects?
Maker Millwright, in case you guys didn't know, as
Oh, I know.
citizens of a foreign nation, uh, people in the United States are losing their fucking minds over here.
I'm
In
not
Can I,
losing.
case,
can I
in
weigh in on
case
the
that
project?
statement's news to you.
No, sir.
I'm losing nothing.
I'm just sitting here laughing in Scandinavian. Ha ha ha.
Yeah,
I got
I'm.
what? 31 CAD designs that have to be finished up, 3 printers, and then I also work on like miniatures and pen and paper games, as well as my usual load for live stream. So when it comes to like and with live stream, if you lose direction and you're like, oh, I'm bored or I'm having an artist block,
I
you end
think
up
the
dropping
pizza's here,
a,
Steve.
a ton of projects.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got probably 60 projects sitting around just in one state or another, and cabinets upon cabinets full of components. And then if I can weigh in on the fear mongering that's going on with the printers, I have two things. As an outsider, I'm not sure if the first one is true, but I'm pretty sure it's a constitutional issue. And the other one is from a pure mechanicals perspective. You do not necessarily need cloud computing, which is what I warned people about, because everyone was like, "Oh, cloud computing, cloud computing. Oh, we'll go to the host site and we'll pull down to our machines." I said that's a bad idea. Your machine shouldn't be networked. All your machines should be air gapped. They shouldn't even be networked. It should be all remote access. Or sorry, should be none of it should be remote access because if you go to any CNC shop, that's how they're all done. And everyone's like, "Oh, Maker, you're wrong," da 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 da, for years, and now you're looking at the backlash. And I warned people about it. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It doesn't matter what it is. Fear mongering. And then, of course, there are content creators out there that are farming you for clicks with that content so they can get paid, which is 10 times worse than anything the government could do. People are exploiting your fear for money, which is 10 times worse than anything, right?
And I feel like people missed the memo, right? Or just didn't pay attention ever in their life that uh, the human species as a whole is really good at making tools. Okay, we're the only species on the planet that does it to the
Nth degree.
yeah to the degree that we do. Right? Yeah, maybe the monkey uses a stick to pry open his coconut. I don't know, but um,
Somebody
it,
Q
there's
2000.
there's no way to stop the human race from building shit. That's what we do.
I'd like to point something out to you. Just two things here. One, I'm a manual machinist. The negative connotations of what is going on, I can already do that without a mill, like without a CNC machine. I can do that by hand. I don't do it,
Yeah.
but I can. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
cutting
when I
metal.
worked for Mazak, that's how it was. You
Yeah.
you would literally just measure everything up and put the G code in by hand,
I
Fast
don't even I don't even
travels
need
and
G code.
Yeah,
I can
oh
just
really?
click.
just manual mill.
I can manual mill, and then
Yeah.
so you gotta get rid of people like me, so machinists and millwrights, because we know how to do it. If that's the fear mongering. And then two, any CAD designer worth his salt or her salt can draw something in CAD in a couple hours and mill and or extrude it. And then the second point is, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but when desktop mills came out, there was all this outcry about that, and nothing has been said about them in 15 or the 20 years that they've been out. Vice magazine, when Vice magazine was still good, did an entire expose on it. Nothing came of it. I think it's fear mongering and it's people wanting to fear monger. And then I guess the third rule of thumb is outlaws are going to do outlaw things. Laws don't stop outlaws. And it
Thank
don't
you.
Yeah.
and it don't matter what laws you put in place, whatever rules you have, whatever global rules it doesn't mean anything. Outlaws will do outlaw things whether you like it or not. So the only people that get hurt by it are the people who aren't hurt by it, or are the people that can be hurt by it. Sorry. That would be, and as being the Great White North, we don't worry about it. So I'm surprised why you guys are worrying about it.
You can't put the genie back in the bottle.
Oh, and you don't think the AI can do it? You don't think AI can, like, you can go to an AI and just explain to it, I want this. Can you generate G code for that? It does. You
Yeah,
don't even have to explain what it is.
just
my
ask for a leaf blower, right, Martin?
my little brother does machine work, and he came over here to me with his laptop, and he said he took like Chat GPT, and he just fed it a picture,
Yep.
and it was asking him for details about his angles and everything else, and he fed that in there and spat out the G code to do it, and he copied the G code and loaded it in. Of course, you don't ever run anything blind.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
no. But he put
Same.
it in the machine and had the machine run a dry cycle with nothing in it,
Yeah.
with no
But
problem whatsoever.
but that's just something I want to point out to you. Here up in the Great White North, we have very restrictive rulings on stuff, which I'm sure you guys already know. We don't look at that. Our people haven't looked at that because they know it makes no difference. It makes zero difference. And again, the only people who get in trouble are the people who follow the rules. Those who follow the rules don't care because they're already breaking the rules. What do they care? So
Yeah,
it's fear mongering. There's definitely Joel Telling did an excellent video about it, in my opinion, which is you don't understand. Get educated. I will teach you. This is what you can learn. Less fear removes the necessity of it. But like a slicer can't tell what it's making. There's nothing you
Did
can
you
do.
ever see any of the footage of when Congress dragged Mark Zuckerberg up in front of them over Facebook revenues and this and that, and it basically turned into a giant session of these old guys saying, "How do I log into my email?"
Yeah.
Yep. We had the
That's
same thing up
basically
here.
what we have going on here.
Yep.
A
We
bunch
had
of
literally the
old
same thing
people
up
that
here.
don't know nothing about nothing are trying to make rules for
And
people
young
that do know
people
something.
who know enough to be dangerous putting out rules that mean nothing. It's I got there's too many rules. That's one of the you'll hear me say it all the time. There's too many rules. Not only is there too many rules for innovation, but it's getting to the point where there's too many rules no matter where you are in the world to do anything because something will always become illicit or illegal. And it just
Well, I mean, you can take a spoon and turn a spoon into something destructive.
a rock. A rock.
Toothbrush.
No, a rock. A
Yep.
rock or a stick, something I can pick up off the like. I've had this conversation about the UK with them and them changing rules and rules and rules and rules. It's to look like they're doing something
To
to
try
make
and justify their salary.
correct
Yeah.
instead of doing the things that are needed, especially here in Canada. That would be my opinion. They are putting more rules in that mean nothing and that are not meant for you or I to use. It is meant for people to use against us. So it's one of the most common, if frustrating, infuriating things here is the usual conversation. Oh well, 3D printers are just used for nefarious reasons. Well, I hate to tell you this, but I'm a toy maker. I am a toy maker through and through. It doesn't matter what I make. Everything I make is is toys. And I choose not to go down that route. But I am a machinist, a manual machinist and blacksmith as a part of my career path. I can fabricate almost anything in this world.
Yeah. So a lot of this stuff throughout history, because 3D printing is not the first technology to fall under the microscope and have legislation pushed out of fear and ignorance and the desire to control the populace as a whole, right? And I don't know. I hope it ends up the same as 99% of those other things, a big nothing burger at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Do
But
you want to know where it starts? I can tell you roughly where it starts. There's two things. There's two machines that I know of just from my history with machines that where this all has happened before, if you want to know.
Go for
yeah,
it. I'm
So it's
always open.
the printing press and the sewing machine.
yep,
Like for real. There was in I think in the UK, they went after textile plants because of sewing machines. They used to break printing presses.
yeah.
As Steven said, once the cat's out of the bag, my friend, the cat is out of the bag. It doesn't and like I said, it's like outlaws aren't going to follow rules, so you just prosecute them where you can.
Yeah. But the world is full of cowards who would rather cut off the hand of anybody that might raise it against them on the off chance that they might, then I don't know, learn to lift their own hand in defense.
But in
And
I just want to point out though, here in Canada where we have I wouldn't say they're super restrictive, but they're definitely not as open. They don't even talk about that here. It hasn't even come up. It hasn't
Yeah.
and
Same
for
here.
you, yeah, right? And for you lovely Americans for to have this conversation, it blows my mind because it's literally a nothing burger. One, it's almost impossible to enforce. Two, that means you got to get rid of lathes and mills because the manufacturing process requires components that are manufactured that are not printed. And three, as we've said here already, outlaws are going to do outlaw things. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't it stops you and I,
Well,
the actual user, the environment.
it's
Outlaws are
the
going to
traditional American thing here, though, at least for the politicians, is they've got some corporate sponsors they need to try to make happy. So they're going to push something silly under the name of safety, but safety is just the way through the door.
yeah.
And at the end of it, it's really going to come down to IP for their corporate sponsors, not A2 and firearm stuff. It's going
but
to be
again,
a way for Disney to go after people for printing a Lilo and Stitch thing and
but they've
that
already
kind of
done
crap.
that. They've I like one of the things that I talk about as like because I'm a creator and I'm on the independents. Like I have an issue with Games Workshop and Hasbro and Mattel. I have a general issue, and actually whoever makes Lego now. But you can't. How do I put this? The slicer cannot make that decision. It is physically impossible for a slicer. There are workarounds, there are things that can happen in a slicer where it cannot recognize what it's making. It is impossible.
You
Physically
have to
impossible.
have some kind of outside intervention or
Even then,
translation mechanism.
You would
if
you
you
would
break
either
things into
need
pieces,
manual approval, so some kind of person sitting on the other end checking everything, or AI, and AI is super easy to trick. So
Yeah.
it's not a
Ask Martin
realistic
about his
thing
leaf
to.
blower.
yep.
And
Well,
like the simplest someone
Look at
somewhere
that. My
online said
infill
that
looks like a Nerf lower.
they might try to read the name of your STL, and I just said, well, just call your thing Pink Unicorn or whatever. Just call it something else.
we learned this from Napster, LimeWire, and file sharing programs that
Yep.
there's always a workaround. There's always going to be a workaround. There always has been a workaround. And I would like to point out that things like WhatsApp, WeChat, Telegram, Discord,
Yeah.
you can run slicers offline. So what you're going to require all slicers, muffler bearings. Yeah, I heard that. I know that one. Like you're talking just from an outsider, and being Canadian, that Canadian is more restrictive than the United States. I just think it's a nothing burger, and I think it will end up being a constitutional challenge just as an outsider from what I've heard from Americans and from what I understand.
Oh yeah. But in the meantime, they'll get votes for the midterm election. They'll get,
Then that's what this is about. That's
yeah.
literally what this is about. That's what it's about. We're
And
going
then
to make you safer.
what's really sad is they're going to get votes.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
apologize. Continue.
No. But
Like JPP said, locks only stop honest thieves.
Yep.
If
Quite
somebody
simple.
wants in bad enough, they'll get in.
Yep.
And like with the internet decentralization of content, like this is just as an outsider. Because again, I look at here in Canada, I look at you lovely Americans, and I look at it, and I'm like, if Canada and its fear mongering and all its rules and its we're gonna protect you and da da da, where we see that it costs us billions of dollars to do things and nothing comes of it, and it means nothing. For it to be down there where you guys would spend trillions trying to enforce something like this, it seems like an impossible task. Just as a like a content creator, it seems like an impossible task, let alone being on the tech side of it. So
Well, I live in a state where a bunch of state legislators bought shares in drug testing companies and then passed laws requiring everybody to be drug tested to qualify for public assistance. That is how our politics work. It is dirty,
They
shady, and nasty.
it's just like vaccines and everything. They're going to experiment with a vaccine, but in order,
careful, we're on YouTube.
sorry,
No, it's just remember because it will auto tag it.
all right, medication.
There you go.
They have to make the problem before they make the cure.
That is history without a doubt.
Yep.
But
listen,
sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Every good solution deserves a problem, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, as I was going to say, sometimes we create the problems just so we can have a
And
reason to make the solution.
the other thing is just like a lot of large scale businesses, or for that matter, government. Uh, right now, one of the pitches one of the sticks or pitches that you hear is that we need a smaller government. The government's gotten overbloated or anything, but it's just like companies that have budgets. If a company's budget, if you give them $10 million and they only spend $8, then the next year their budget's going to be reduced.
Yep.
So now you've got
Yeah.
agencies that are pitching to reduce taxes or stop taxes or anything like that. Now they have to make battles in order to justify the expenditures in order to keep everything elevated.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt that since the 40s, the U.S. has been a wartime economy. Like
Oh yeah.
we don't function without some sort of crisis.
Oh, absolutely. And it's
John
hilarious.
Doe brought up the whole Chicago 2A thing. That's been in and out of court, and that's been a ridiculous thing since what, the
Yeah,
80s.
but
And
people are making money on it, and as long as
Yes.
people make money on it and make money on the controversy, make money on fighting it on either side or both sides, it's going to continue, right? As long as there's something to be gained by somebody, it's not going to go away.
but the thing is, they're trying to regulate who makes the money from it.
Oh, that's a story as old as time, my friend.
Oh, sorry, that was my point I was getting back to. So, like, you guys were talking about IP, because that's probably what this is. It's probably really thinly veiled IP protection. Because, for example, on cults, you cannot use the keyword Warhammer. You cannot use that. You cannot use it in a write-up. You cannot use it as a tag, because Games Workshop threatened to sue Cults 3D over the term Warhammer because of miniatures. I'm dead serious, man. Which is why I have an issue with, like, Games Workshop. I have an issue with Mattel. I have an issue with Disney. People are going to make what they make, and decentralization is what's promoting that, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Because again, outlaws are going to do outlaw things. If people don't care about IP, then they aren't going to care about IP, and there's nothing you can do to stop them.
Well, one of the biggest anti-right to repair places down here is John Deere, so it
Oh,
wouldn't surprise me at all if John Deere were the ones greasing the Congress's pockets on this deal.
yes, sir. John Deere.
John,
Go ahead. Sorry.
John, is this your first time on the channel? Because that's pretty much 90% of what this channel is half the time is just old man shaking fists at sky. I don't know.
Hey, you calling me old? Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
I,
I'm not 40 yet.
You okay?
I'm getting there though.
See, case in point, we got how we do it down there, and he's doing his product placement. You got to hold up the box so they'll pay you.
No, they'll find a way to sue me too.
I'm sorry. What's tonight's sponsor? Who am I billing?
This is Domino's.
Domino's.
Hmm.
Tweet it out.
Domino's.
It's gonna be a long delivery. There's like a 9-hour drive to the closest one.
Yikes.
They'll help
I
you
need to-
tweet it out.
And
I need to move to
and just
Canada.
just to start the controversy, there is pineapple on here.
Oh, winning. Hey, if you put tomatoes on it, you already got fruit on it, so you can't complain.
Facts.
I love pineapple on pizza. There's
One
not
of
a
the-
whole lot that I dislike pineapple on. Pineapple's really good.
This-
Yeah,
These discussions with you guys really do go everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh, they
Yes,
do.
yes, they do.
Yes.
How
because
are
it
we
ain't
bored?
serious.
How are we bored and we keep on projects? Oh, hey, look, these guys are trying to stop our projects. Pineapple.
Yeah, yeah.
there's 2 ingredients you can put on any food, whether it being breakfast, dinner, lunch, dessert, whatever. It's pineapple and mango. You can put it on everything.
On what was the second one?
I'm down with that.
Mango.
Let's
No.
add hot sauce to the mix.
Yeah,
Ooh.
some Frank's Red Hot on breakfast cereal is delicious.
No.
No,
I had
just
I had
me.
a fellow that I used to work with at the bakery. I'm not even joking. The terminals on the bench where we would log in and out our tickets, he had a huge bottle of Tabasco. He'd go get a Lay's potato chips, come back, and he's throwing it in that bag and shaking it up and eating it. He'd go to Subway, he'd splatter it and everything else. And when he ended up losing his job, That bottle of Tabasco is still sitting on the counter when I left.
The wife
Here
said,
we'll circle it back around to printing. Frank's hot sauce is like the Orbiter 2.5. I put that shit on everything.
You're not wrong. That one has that.
So the difference between the 2 and the 2.5 is just the gears, right?
Yeah,
Hardened
yeah,
just
they're
hardened.
gears.
RNC
Yep,
coated. I just
yep.
got mine in the mail today.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Nice.
YouTube.
I
Hey,
have
when you
Appreciate
mine
open that
y'all.
for
box up,
over a
you'll
year.
have enough JST connectors in there to build another printer. They did not skimp on the JSTs in that box.
I got to go through my box of stuff down here and go through and pull out all the connectors out of tool, like empty tool head boxes and stuff,
Hmm.
oh
and
yeah.
sort them into their bins.
I have a box, and every time I get a motherboard and it's got all the jumpers or anything like that, I
Hmm.
throw it all into that box. And then whenever I need them, I spend at least an hour opening up all these boxes looking for the one with the 3-pin connectors.
Yeah, I've got
Yep.
a little divided tray, lid closes. I bought a bunch of them off Amazon on sale. And so all the loose ones that come, if they're in an envelope and everything, I leave them in the envelope, and I've just got one area for, pH and one area for XH. And so I try to dig out of that first before I get into my organized ones.
Yeah. It's one of those projects you do when you've got a whole bunch of other projects you're in the middle of and you're avoiding them.
I tend
I
to
can
do those
actually,
kind of stuff when I'm because my workshop is not at my house. If I'm there and I'm waiting for a print to start or finish,
Mm.
I'll usually just do that instead of going home and then have to go back in the morning. Or
It was one of those projects I did because I had so much crap on my table that if I set something down, I wasn't going to find it again for 30 minutes amongst the sea of other crap on the table.
yeah,
I have a cardboard box. I took this table, and first I'm evolved. I have an empty magnetic tray right now. Score. But I took this table and doing some of the projects that I've done, it just gets so cluttered.
Hmm.
And I take a cardboard box. 99% of the time, it ends up being one that I got filament or something in the bigger boxes, and just into the cardboard boxes, set it over here to the side. So now I can make a new mess on this table, and if I need it, I'll pull it out of here. But usually after about 6 months, if I haven't taken it out of that box, I'll throw the whole box in the garbage, and then I'll
Am I
return.
the only one that has cluttered up their workspace with non-functional organizing devices of various types? It's like, oh, that looks good. I bet that'll organize things. And you put it on the table, and then it's in your way, and it doesn't really work for damn. And
Yeah.
like,
I was gonna
you
say
throw it
if you
away.
need something, hit me up. I'll design you some boxes. I hate boxes, but I'll make you some.
I have no idea. My whole space is going to be changing before too long here, so I'm almost afraid to do anything right now until I get
Yeah,
moved
I'm
into the
excited
other
to see
area.
what you do.
So yeah, it's coming. Well, part of it, I'm kind of copying your setup with the two tiers, an
Yeah.
upper and a lower. So I'm definitely copying that because I got two printer kits sitting under the bench that I haven't even opened up because I don't have anywhere to put them if I do get them done.
my
Yeah.
little brother,
Drawer drawers are freaking phenomenal.
my little
If you're
brother
wanting to
got
go 3D printed drawer
Mm.
route.
At this point, I don't
Um,
care how I do it. I just need to find something that works.
yeah.
my little brother got a hold of me and asked me what I wanted for Milo, and I looked. You know, especially with like a boron or something, you're never going to get your money back out of it. It's not unless you go into like a print farm or something. You're never going to get it back. But I look at it and I told him, I'm like, it's probably out of your range. And I'm looking and I can't help but wonder if it wasn't on that card, what what else I could put on that cart.
Yeah.
Howdy, howdy.
What's
Hello.
up, Clown
Clown
Hammer?
hammer.
Hey,
How
Clown.
goes it?
The hammer
I got
does
tired of
all.
typing. I got tired of typing.
That's fair.
I don't blame you.
I got tired of sitting here on the side because I've been in a couple of these, but at the same time I've watched a lot of them, and I'll be honest with you, there's some points where you guys talk and I'm sitting here on the side and I find myself yelling at my screen.
Oh, good. Good. That's what we like to see. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
It's
thinking we
exactly
need
what
to
this
get a
is for.
shipping address for Clown Hammer and Canrog so we can send them some ball caps. You know, right now they're looking a little
Yeah.
out of place.
Is the glare getting to you?
No, not at all.
So, but it's starting to get to
Oh,
the point where it's beards and hats required kind of podcast.
yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah,
Well, now
here,
I'm
I'll,
going to get bearded back in here.
here. I think I got a hat somewhere. No.
Better?
No, thank you.
Oh, but
So, do
yeah,
any of you guys do like I do and end up kind of either stepping away or really dialing back kind of the maker stuff at different times a year for other things, whether it's skiing or mountain biking or camping, whatever you're.
No. I think mine is mainly motivation. I sit there and I see a project, and there's a couple of them that Alex is aware of. But I see a project and I get started on it, and I get my head so wrapped around it that I get myself so hyped up to do it. And then once I got it, I'm like, yeah, it's here now. I don't. The magic's gone.
FOMO. FOMO.
yeah, yeah.
And then
For me, it's more of a. I get to the point where I'm doing too much, or I have too much stuff on my plate. I'm just gonna go. You know what? Let's take a week off, do something else, focus on the home or just doing other things, being social. Ew.
Mhm.
But yeah, do something else for a little while. That's something that I often do because sometimes you get too into things. Like
My
when I'm building the Delta Flyer for the 14th time in 3 weeks to test it, then
you can only eat peanut butter and jelly so long before.
yeah, there's something like so now I've been working on the Rook Mark II, both in CAD and in the workshop, and I got to the point this week where I'm like, you know what, I need to just step away, take a break, and
What's happening, Mike?
take the weekend
Mr.
off.
Mike joined us. Mine happens
there.
by nature of the beast because warm weather
Here
rolls
it comes.
around
You
and
got
then I
to have
start traveling for work. I'll be gone for a week or two out of the month,
it for Hot
through most of
Wheels.
the summer.
Epic.
So
Well, I actually had that conversation come up with one of my business contacts today, and they asked me the same thing. Like, what do you do? What do you do to slow down? What do you do to decompress? And I said, there's no decompressing. It's all gas, no brakes. It's all gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
And last year, I will say, last year I didn't do any shows, but I have Sanjay Mortimer coming up in about a week, 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I got Sanjay Mortimer
2
Rep
weeks, yeah.
Rap Festival, and then I will be at Midwest Rep Rap Festival in June, and
I'll see you
then
there then, buddy.
there's talk of me going to Adepticon. I think that's in March, so maybe I'm doing Sanjay Mortimer instead of Adepticon. But there's 3D Printopia, then there's Japan, then there's Form Next, and that's like 4 or 5 events in a single year for me, plus 5 days a week content creation, plus all the designs I do when I'm not streaming. So there
Japan
is
would
no
be
break.
awesome to go to. Is the Japanese Rep Fest in Tokyo?
It is.
Thought it
That'd
was.
be
Well, at
fun.
least the last 2 years it's been, but it might go to Kyoto. I don't know.
There was a pretty good thing from the next layer, Jonathan interviewed the guy that organizes the Japanese Rep Rap Festival. Yeah, he seemed like a pretty cool guy. It's a relatively new thing. It's only been around a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I generally don't do public appearances and events. Like generally, that's not. I'd rather sit in my lab and work on stuff. But
Mm.
like this year, because I was asked about it today, and that's funny that you brought it up. But it's like for me, like I'm doing designs for other people. I'm doing a little bit of everything, right? Like I've already done brand new Smurf badges, brand new Smurf holders. I'm not really a maker chip guy, but I've made 3 or 4 maker chips plus a couple community submissions.
I saw
So
all your little robots on your site, Murph or Bust, etc. They were
Mm.
pretty cool.
well, I got to do fundraising, right? Because like
Yep.
it does get pricey. Again, I'm a West Coaster here. I'm in Vancouver. It's a lot of money for me to travel the world because everything's east of me. Everything but
Just
Japan is
Hmm.
east of me.
just go over the Niagara Falls in a barrel.
Mm.
I am 3,000 kilometers from there.
We
Barrels.
can go west. It'll just take you longer to get to.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah,
Use a lot of
on the
use a
old
lot of
maps where
infill if you print the barrel.
What is
There
it?
you go. Bonus
Around the
points.
world in so many days in a barrel.
Yeah.
There you
There
go.
you go.
you when on
Full
the
of
old
them.
maps showed the world, and then there was just like nothing out here, and it just said like there be dragons.
Uh-huh.
Somewhere out there is Vancouver.
That's where I live. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
there be monsters. Yep.
The,
Even
uh,
Canrog's on that map, and you're not.
Yep.
My big issue is that if I go to order a plane ticket to anywhere, doesn't matter where to, it's more expensive for me to do it than if someone came to me.
Yes. Same
And we
here.
have tested that. I have a buddy that came from the U.S.
huh.
twice now, and the same tickets on the same flight is double the price for me. But
you
Well,
because
take up
he's
two
going from
seats.
the U.S. to here, it's cheaper, and I'm not sure why.
what gets hard
Hmm.
for me is I'm disabled, so I need like a little extra help. I need vehicles and stuff like that. Alex and I were talking about it. But that's like for me it gets even more expensive because of my disabilities. So
Yeah.
it definitely. So am I excited? Yeah. I'm really excited for Manchester. I really am. I'm really getting excited for Goshen. I don't
Oh, wait,
know.
wait! They're having it in Manchester this year.
Yeah,
Smurf,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sanjay
Smurf is
Mortimer's.
Yeah.
in.
Sanjay
It's
Mortimer.
in the building next to where it was, yeah, last year or
Yeah, it's at
2024.
Manchester University. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe I didn't pay attention to where it was last year because the first year it was in like Oxford or something,
yeah.
Yeah, it was in the middle of nowhere.
and
Mm.
and Manchester is a much more party area, as I understand it.
Yeah.
Listen,
Mm.
listen. I'm not saying nothing. I've released it. I've shown people. People are know I'm coming. I've got everything posted. If you want to meet me, you're welcome to. I'll sign something, whatever. I'm there. I'm happy to be involved. I beyond that, we do have a maker meetup happening the Friday night that I'm in town. So, but it is what it is, right?
I was there in
Nice.
24, so the last time they had Smurf,
Yep.
and it was great. Me and my partner went there a couple of days early, and then we stayed a couple of days later just to have some sightseeing and stuff done. Really fun. I'm not able to go this year because of my main
Shame.
sponsor. My main
Anytime
sponsor
somebody
Shame.
isn't
says
going, so
Smurf,
I
I get
can't go.
80s flashbacks.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, these are. Let me just. Can I promo Alex? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that they came up with that I think Murph will be doing as well is, of course. So sorry. Forgive me. One, I can never leave anything alone, so I modify everything.
Me too.
Isn't that why
Just
we are all here?
right. Well, you particularly. So there's there's my Sanjay Mortimer card. Yes, the name is intentionally misaligned. Just for all you, it is asymmetrical and misaligned intentionally. Um, and then I made one for a creator of the UK by Woodcraft by Owen. He's a woodworker.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I put stuff together, and then the frame I remixed the frame as well. So um, the frame I remixed to
Thank you.
have 3 eyes instead of 2 because stuff gets broken. But like again, if you need something, you can always hit me up on my Twitch. Saturdays is the best day. But yeah, like I do a little chaos, a little mayhem. My one concern about Midwest is bringing stuff over the line.
Yeah.
Ship it.
Yeah, but then if it disappears or it's late, then what? Right?
Then you
Ship
have a
it to me, and I'll
situation
bring it with me.
right then.
Okay. Hit me up in the
Ship
DM.
it to me, and
Yep.
I will bring it to you. I am 3 hours from there.
Okay.
Yep.
Hit DM me because my memory's
Yep,
really bad. DM me and we'll set something up. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
what
can do
a
that.
few people are doing that for Rocky Mountain. They're sending it to me, so I'm volunteering again this year, so I'll be there.
Because like
Hey,
Yep.
Clownhammer, I don't know if you know this or not, but you got volunteered to pick me up from the airport in Denver.
Oh, it's a good thing you told me now and not the day of your flight.
So,
When are you coming in?
so we've been raising money for plane tickets. The tickets I was looking at would get me there at like 7:45 in the morning on Saturday, and I have to
Okay.
fly back out about 8 o'clock at night on Sunday.
He's
Oh,
happy to
okay.
get you, but he's got a Vespa. You better snuggle.
Yeah, right.
going through those
Like
mountain
Dumb and Dumber.
passes. Yeah.
It'd
I
be
think
like Dumb and Dumber,
Saturday.
man. It was going to be awesome.
Who voluntold me?
Captain Kern did.
Oh, he did that
Yeah. Nice,
bastard.
Kern. Kern.
Well, I know because I have to be there. I think we have to be there at 7:30, 8 o'clock when with before the doors open to help get everything ready to rock and roll. Because otherwise, yeah, I would be able to do it. I'm driving right past the airport on my way there because
Well,
I live east of there.
I haven't bought tickets yet. Potentially, I could. We'll have to look at prices. I could potentially fly in Friday night too. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like I don't know about
Oh, there,
Rocky
there.
Mountain, but Midwest Friday night. Friday is set up, and then there's a meetup, a maker meetup. I'm probably not supposed to say that.
Probably not.
There's right on
I'm
blame
just
my
giving you
memory.
a bad time.
Just blame my memory. And then
Yeah.
Saturday is the whole show. Sunday's the whole show. Like so, I'm in Manchester for roughly a week, but it's looking like for Midwest, I'm there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and leave Sunday night. So like I say, it's again, Alex. I've talked about it. I'm happy to do meetups with everybody and bring stuff and show stuff and let's talk trash and have fun because that's one of the things. And one of the things that will probably be coming up, we'll be test running it at Smurf, is we're gonna probably do just a maker meetup, set up a camera with Twitch, and people can watch and just hang out and watch us talk trash and have fun like
There you go.
outside of building, outside of all of the intermingling with social media, just people and robots having a good time. You know what I mean?
I want to build a big robot.
you have a robot.
Project.
It's not done yet.
It's over there. It's
I'm
already
gonna,
there.
He needs to
I'm gonna
finish the robot.
I'm gonna tell you my number one secret for when I'm like in the middle. I just can't get motivated on a project. Okay, so this is the thing I do. If like I'm like, all right, man, I just can't get motivated to do this shit, finish it, whatever. I will stop and I will go grab another project that I can finish. Even if that project's like unloading the dishes
Yeah.
from the dishwasher and reloading it, then I've accomplished something and I finished a task, I finished a project, and it gives me more motivation to go finish the harder, more difficult, more complicated, more time consuming project that I'm procrastinating on.
I
Yeah.
have projects that I succeed at. I make it up the stairs every day.
Right?
And down the
Hey, I
stairs.
saw your video of that little marble run you made. That was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was,
I
that was,
woke up. I accomplished something.
yeah, I won't, believe me, you have no idea how close you are to accurate. Yeah. That,
All right, it's late for me. It's about 2 a.m. So I'm gonna head off, and
all
I'll
right.
talk to you guys another day.
Love you,
Take it
brother.
Have a
easy,
good one,
Ken.
Ken
See you,
Rob.
buddy.
Safe.
Take it easy.
Bye bye.
We appreciate you.
Bye.
That's funny.
I just
Oh yeah, I'm still printing. I'm printing out the maker chip tubes. I'm about 220 in, and we're shooting for 500. So I got this printer going, that printer going, the one out. And
Which tube? Whose design?
K2 Kevin. So, and then I got to start. Now I finally got my Polymaker Teal since they're sponsoring it. So I got to start printing the lids with their logo on it. So once her maker chips are done, then I'll start printing out lids on that, on the A1. But I've been using up the Kopi that I have. But
broke. It's upstairs.
yeah,
I do
there's
love a
some
little bit of cope. I do find it soft though. Like when they asked me my opinion on it, I was like, I like it,
Yeah.
but I find it a little on the soft side. But then I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. So if you guys, if you did hear it, you didn't hear it from me.
Mm-hmm.
There's rumors that there's a new format for cope coming. So,
Oh, okay.
but you didn't hear that from me. So
I know.
I deny any involvement.
I know nothing and can prove it, and have.
Exactly.
Ignorance is bliss.
Isn't it though?
Well, they had to stop telling me stuff because I'm like, you guys know, like, I have a brain injury. I can't remember if I'm not supposed to talk about this stuff or not. Like, don't tell me nothing I can't talk about.
Oh,
you're
that's
you're the
funny.
maker version of Tom Holland.
Yeah, I'm
Right?
man. I am that like, dude. Like, if you got a new machine coming, don't tell me about it.
That's
Like,
funny.
I knew about the U1 4 weeks before it came out, and I told Snapmaker, I was like, you can't tell me that, guys.
Oh,
Like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
that's too funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw the
I need to
Cruiser
have you
Core
help
1
me
L
with
6
with
months
the
before it
design I
got
have in my
released.
head, Maker Millwright.
What's that?
I said I need to have you help me with the CAD side of a design I have in my head for a printer tool head.
Love to. Sign me up. I'll make anything. Literally, I don't
Yeah,
mind.
It
I'll
is
send some
called
messages.
not the Jabbercloggy.
the
In fact, I was probably going to call it the Vorpal.
There you go. Nerd. Nerd. Nerd.
That's too funny. Yeah.
No, that's like one of the biggest problems I have is like, because I just talk about whatever. I like to have fun. I really love doing CNC. I love design. The companies will come with me. Oh, can you? I got actually my first year on stream. I had a machine running experimental material behind me for like 6 streams, and I totally forgot about it.
Well,
Whoops.
now I know who to buy some Jameson for when I want to find out what's going on that I shouldn't know about.
Sounds like you don't even have to buy him Jameson. You might just say hi. No.
Well,
Well,
there's got to be some kind of a quid pro quo.
there's gotta
Well,
be
yeah, you
some
gotta.
lubrication, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
How's it going, Jose?
Mm.
Oh, Mr. Jose from LDO.
Yep.
Hello.
Howdy, Jose.
He felt a
I sent you
disturbance
that
in
picture,
force
by the
when
way.
you held up that extruder.
Go put
I
the
sent
screen
that
back in the car.
picture,
Man, I
Jose.
love my orbiters. The orbiters are awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
I need to pick up 4 of the like Apex gear sets. It's the gear set out of the orbiter minus the planetary drive to do the new box turtle extruders. I am really hoping that another $80 in parts for the box turtle makes the $600 box turtle work.
Oh, Lord.
Ouch.
Something beeped.
I
What
don't
beeped?
have a box turtle. Have no desire to get a box turtle.
It's
can do.
fantastic when it works, but it really does. The extruders that are in it are the BMGs, and a lot of people. So a lot of people have no issues, and if I'm just like using it to like swap colors or endless spool kind of thing. Like not, you know, 100 swaps in a print or something. Just like, okay, I've got 4 colors loaded up and I can pick and choose what I want. Works perfect. But the second I'm like sending stuff through it like white or uh, any other sort of abrasive filament or a
Matte
few different,
material.
yeah, mats because they're like soft. They strip out in the extruders when it's feeding out to the tool head. The and I'm hoping that bigger gears, a little bit more contact patch. Yes, I know they're circles, so your contact patch is still very small. I understand all this. Okay, I remember kindergarten. Okay, I know these things, but uh, just a little bit more and less of uh,
The diameter, or
a
everything.
yes, a larger radius will help with that. Right. So
Yep.
even if it strips a little bit, it's got more surface area to overcome that. Um, so I'm really hoping that that'll solve the last issue that I have with that thing because man, I really want to be able to reliably print things that are 1,000+ swaps. You know,
Yeah.
I
Wonder
can't
when they're
do
going
it.
to add the Apex gears to the new box turtle kits.
I don't know.
I mean,
You
I'm
can eat
guessing it'll
5
be
of
a
those here.
V3 point something number on on the kit by then.
I know they've also got new respoolers coming out and a new hub and some other things. Um, the random issues I have with the respoolers are solved with Box Turtle 1.1 are is normally solved by just a little printed part's got 2 bearings on it, just snaps down into the front extrusion and just
Box
kind of
turtle
holds the
1.1, Jose said.
yeah. So I'm hoping that maybe they come out with like an upgrade kit that's you know somewhere in that price range. Of the Apex extruders, and I can just do the whole thing at once, or I don't
Yeah.
know. But it's a lot of money sitting there, and I really want to use the thing. You know.
The AFC software looks really good. I've only used Happy Hair so far, but when I see the interfaces, like when you guys put them up on your screen, the interface looks really good on the AFC.
Yeah. Happy Hair is really good now too.
It is. It is.
I haven't updated my Happy Hair software in probably coming up on a year now. So I'm running some really outdated stuff, but I got tired of breaking stuff and having to fix it. Um,
And I'm sitting here saying, "Oh, it looks really good." I mean, my hat's off to these guys because I would have no shot in hell at coming close to being able to do what they did. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah.
So
I've had a
they
lot of
did an amazing
conversations
job.
with Jimmy over there that's worked on that software a lot, and he's been a tremendous help to me working through some
And the little
issues.
turtle's too stinking cute.
Hmm?
Yeah. Did you know that it goes on the side as part of your cereal plate?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I have
Here,
not built my turtles yet because things
let me
keep
show you because it's sitting right here. See the little turtle. Uh,
Uh,
let's
I
do
see a
this.
dinosaur.
I
Yeah.
see. Is that a turtle? No.
See the turtle snaps into the cereal plate.
Oh,
Nice. What's happening, kiddo?
I've
Do you-
got one, and I've got. I haven't. I need to print my head, but I've been tying this thing up, tying everything up with these maker capsules. So I need to print the Matrix head so I can start thinking around with it.
Yeah, I just put the A4T with crossbow on my trident, and that's working out pretty good. It's got the Orbiter 2.5 on it. I'm grooving on that. So I got a good cutter going.
Nice. Yeah, I've got the cutter sitting here still,
Yeah.
or the kit
And
sitting
I
here,
got
I
a
should
couple of
say.
snapping turtles coming whenever they get released.
Nice.
I only need like 5 clipper to enable mixers. That's all. 5 or 10, something like that.
Never update Clipper.
Never update clipper. Yeah.
Never
Not
update
unless you
Clipper.
have to.
Mm.
Yeah,
The
I've
minute you
stopped
do,
hitting the
everything
update button
breaks.
unless I have to.
No, it's just because both like the J1 from Snapmaker, the Artisan from Snapmaker, and the Voron are all clipper machines. And I don't have the only multi-material machine I have is an A1. So
Yeah, I really want to pick up. It was really, really hard not to buy an A1 back in November when they had crazy sales on those things.
yep.
Mhm.
It was so hard.
Use my affiliate.
The amount of self control. Okay.
Don't laugh with both A1 minis. Hey, let's go to Micro Center and see what they got. Oh, A1 Mini refurb for 100 less than a. Okay, let's get that. So we've got 2 refurbed A1 Minis.
Yeah.
They
Hey,
work,
they
man.
work.
You take
They
them
work.
inside.
They
You're being really loud.
Yeah,
And
they
the
do what
nicest thing
they're
about it,
supposed to.
the
I've got
nicest thing
one
is you can
sitting
teach
there.
somebody who's never printed before. You can just it's really plug and play. You don't have to tune settings. If you want it nicer, you can. But yep, you can
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's no secret I'm not much of a bamboo guy. I'm not against commercial made printers, just they made some decisions I don't like. But I was very seriously leaning into sending an A1 to my nephew that stayed over, just for the fact that they are pretty simple. And he,
Yeah.
whatever came up, he would have to call me over because it's a few hours for me to get there. So it'd be one of those things to talking through most things that come up.
Right. Well, it's
So,
like the wife. She's been printing on all these A1s and stuff, and she's now she's using the do ender. She's using the
mm,
Voron. She got into the slicer. She's so it's a good starting point. And then
mm,
that's why I built her the V0 for our anniversary. I thought, oh, that'd be get her own little printer, and everything she's printing would fit perfectly on that plate. So, and it's a
yep.
lot of single color stuff, but
So right now it's down to either the A1 or the Cobra X, and I'm leaning more towards the A1 just because I'm guessing he's going to want to do some stuff with TPU, and evidently the Cobra X, you got to take apart some of the PTFE to get the TPU loaded through it. It'll do it. It'll print TPU
oh,
multicolor,
Yeah,
but
but
to
the
get
new
it
The,
started
co-print
in the
Quattro
head,
is coming,
the 8-1 Mini that I've got
right?
pumps TPU like it's nobody's business.
does it?
No, only on external reel, not through an MMU. No,
Correct.
the
Yeah,
the
yeah. The Cobra X will do it
right.
through their multi-material and do it, multicolor.
the something you should keep an eye out for is the new co-print Quattro, which is a Cartesian IDEX. That's pretty exciting, if you ask me. That's a pretty exciting product coming, but I don't know
Yeah,
much
well,
about
they
it.
Creality was using the CoPrint head, I think, on their high,
Yep,
and now I see CoPrint making their own printer.
yep.
So I don't know
Oh,
if Creality's making it for CoPrint or if they had a bad parting of the ways.
my
I feel like
neighbor
there's
wants
some
to
tea
go
there to drink.
co-print. Yeah, right. My neighbor, he's got an Ender 3, and he's loving it. He knows the ins and out. He knows how to get it going. And he said, "Well, what do you think about multicolor?" I was thinking about the co-print, and I said, "If you like to tinker, stay with that. If you want to just print, look at one of the bamboo." He was looking at the Creality. It wasn't the Sparks at the time. It was one of the
The
other ones.
high, the Creality high is
Probably the
their
high. Yeah,
multicolor bed slinger. But guess
yeah,
what? It's just an Ender 3 with a CoPrint head on it.
right. I mean,
Yeah,
but
but the
he,
co-print
yeah.
Quattro is an IDEX.
Yes,
Oh, it
Quattro
is.
is.
Absolutely, it is. It's got 4 converters
Oh,
on it. It moves all the which means you can gang print with it. So it means it can jam all the heads to one side and then jam them back to the other, which
nice.
means that you can then gang print because you got 2 heads that'll go over the travel surface. And
Okay.
oh yeah,
And,
it's
and
like
you can feed multiple colors per head, I believe.
Correct.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because they have a separate in feed for each head, which then means that you could have a hot box between 4 and 6, I guess is the current hot box layouts. You'd be able to have a hot box with, between 4 and 6 items per head, and it's an IDEX, so you get the gang milling options, and that's very, very good if you ask me.
Huh.
As long as
Interesting.
it works right.
Again, this is not sponsored. I don't know anything. We've talked about it on my
Yeah.
channel, right? Because let's be clear, right? I get nothing from them. I don't even think they know who
Yeah.
I am. But
I,
It's a very interesting plan.
yes,
I'm looking forward to seeing the execution.
correct.
That'll be interesting
That
to
sums
see.
up most things.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Well, this is spoken
this
by
is
the idiot that pre-ordered an M1 Pro from Artillery, so don't just ignore me altogether. Yeah.
And
Mistakes
and
were made.
but remember, like we still haven't seen the make with loop, the loop filament recycler. We haven't seen it yet. There was
Oh,
It'll
already
yeah.
come out right after GTA 6.
right, exactly. Well, they pushed development cycle back
Mm.
a year, right? That's just it ended up being that way. But remember when the A1 came when they were when Bamboo, remember nobody had really heard of Bamboo. They were advertising the A1, and even and I'm fine to admit I was wrong, but even I was like, for the price point and its capability, it could be vaporware. And I've said the
Yeah.
same thing about Make with Loop because the 3D Vo Make 2 is on market, but it's at $5,000 price point, and they're talking 2,800 to 3,000 for the loop. So with the co-print, I say
Mm.
unless they send me one and I can look at it and I can tell them what's wrong with it, what works with it, like it's like I have a working
Right.
relationship with Bamboo. I have a working relationship with Snapmaker. I'm very honest about my experiences with the products, but until I get one in my hands, I don't
Yeah.
care what channel reviewer, what unboxer does it, until I can touch one and try to break the thing, it doesn't. It's vaporware, right? But
I tell you, Loop may have finally actually made a physical device because Creality had to have copied somebody for that one they're
well,
working on.
the loop is out.
Is it?
They went like it's out for beta testing. The loop went into beta testing last January. They sent out 10 or 15 units, but
Okay, yeah,
it's
see,
probably a
that
choice
checks because,
between a
like I said,
temporary.
Creality had to copy somebody.
Yeah. So somebody got a hand of it. Somebody got the drawings of it, right?
Yep.
And now there's rumors with the A2, right? The dual extrusion A2,
Mm.
and there's, I know a couple of things here or there, but I don't get. Nobody sent me nothing, so
Yeah.
don't ask.
Mm.
So but like Cartesian, IDEX. I love Cartesian machines. I think they're really great because remember, a lot of your processing's down on the low plate, keeps the center of gravity down. Core XY has its issues, or Flying Gantry has its issues, but that's what it is, right? I like Core XY. I like Flying Gantry. It's good. I have one of the first entry level IDEXs out there, right? Was the J1 from Snapmaker, right? I'm waiting on a J2 from Snapmaker, right? I run dual extrusion. That's what I primarily run on my Artisan. So,
Yeah.
it's
Mm.
always a blend. For me, I do not like filament contamination on my extrusion. So it's like when you have a single extrusion nozzle and you have filament extrusion contamination, it can cause natural flaws in material. And I warn people about that time. Oh, my purge, my purge. You don't know that. Like it's imagine pushing some grease through a tube and then running a pipe through it. You never know, right?
Oh,
So
yeah. Well, just yesterday, my Cobra S1, that's what I do most of my multicolor stuff on. And every once in a while, I take some things apart and clean it out because below the cutter, right before it goes into the heat sink, it'll get a pile of crap there. And even though all of the you can run white through it and everything coming out of it's white, but you get up there and there's a ball of multiple colors laying there. And every once in a while, you'll just get a colored blob on something where a little piece of that grabbed a hold and ran on through.
worse than that is mixing material.
Yeah.
So you
Yep.
get some PLA and you get some TPU mixing together, and then you got a
Mhm.
flaw. You got a flaw in your finish.
Hmm.
Like not a like, oh, it's a blemish, like a flaw where it pulls apart.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I was running some little toolboxes and had I don't know exactly what caused it, but I was missing like 2 layers out of one corner where
yep.
something went through there. Like
Hmm.
some PET G or something peeled through there. It made me
Mm.
sad because it was very pretty otherwise. It's like, man, this would have been great if.
It's like I forgot to purge out the copy from my printer, and I ran PLA through it. The first layer peeled off like I was peeling a banana.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just went. Okay, well, that took care of that.
Yep.
Absolutely. So I did. It's just one of the when new people come in or old heads come in and they've got opinions. I was like, you got to remember, you do not. There are dissimilar materials, and
Hmm.
they are not friends.
Yep.
Right.
But Dad,
No.
Don't make me pull this extruder over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Oh,
And that's like there's two things that people come to me. They come to me opinions on the CNC side of things because I do that, and then I do the design side of it. And there's a lot of like things that I'll say that no one else will say. And the other thing that I'm not a huge fan of is review channels. How do you know if a machine's good if you got less than 1,000 hours on it?
Yep.
true.
You got 100 hours processing? Sure. Okay. Maybe you
you're
have a
warming
phenomenal.
up.
Yeah. Well, nothing's even worn in yet. None of
Yeah.
the seats are even worn in yet. Because 100 hours on one of these little guys, they don't take a lot of like. There's not a lot of energy going through the system. So a bearing, a tube, a housing could be loose, and you won't even know. And then you get that age into it. You get all that heat through it. Then you start seeing those things. It's
Well,
like
and
a
the belts
car,
get
right?
worn in, and yeah.
Oh, and remember with belts, the one thing that I still don't understand. Thanks, Jose. One of the things that I say is like these belts are non-reinforced belts, so belt elongation occurs after 100 hours,
Yeah.
right? Because there's no nylon, there's no steel in them, there's no wire in
They're
them.
fiberglass reinforced.
Depends on the
Some.
brand.
Yeah.
Some are just a density rubber,
Yeah, and then some of them are Kevlar as well.
but again, you're still getting tooth elongation, stretch and tooth
Yeah.
elongation, because
Oh
the
yeah,
tooth.
you can take brand new belts, right? So I just belted this printer, right? I just belted another printer too. And you take them and you run them together, right, to make them the same length, and you'll get to a point and like it'll want to skip over a tooth because
Yep.
Yep. We're
even brand
stretched.
new out of
Yeah,
the package, it's not consistent,
it's a
right?
hair. Yeah, there's that slight pull. Yeah.
Well, and think about that like 100 hours, you're not going to see that. You might get a hiccup here and there, but you probably won't notice. But once it's worn in, once it starts seating, once it starts aligning correctly, just like an engine in a vehicle, you'll start to notice the features and the failures. So it's I appreciate review channels. I think they're important. Opening the box, seeing what you're getting, but that doesn't teach you nothing about CNC. It doesn't teach you processing ability. Like my Voron, I think I'm close to 500 hours on it. But even then, my Voron point two, I don't want to touch the thing till at least it's got 1,000 hours on it.
Hear this, Alex?
What?
Hold, Alex, pay
I've
attention.
got well over 1,000 hours on that thing that I'm
On
doing
a
all that work
single
to.
configuration, Alex.
I do.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I
I was just
put a
checking
thousand
the.
hours on my NG before I finally decided to put the skirts on it.
So, so we did the 2.4 a few months ago, and the rebuild on that and the changes on that, and that thing's got way over 1,000 hours put on it since then. Like it doesn't take long to put hours on a machine.
I
No,
was just
not at
looking to
all.
see on my
Yeah, but come out of the
Voron.
box.
On my Voron, I got over 400 hours. I built it in December. And on the Duender, I built it before the Voron, and it's only got 200 hours on it. So, and I know I've been working it. So, but yeah, it's amazing how the hours accumulate without you even thinking about it.
Well, and the
Yeah.
one thing you got to realize is nozzle diameter also changes the operation of the machine too. So that's what kills me is you'll see everyone run, oh, I'm going to run it. I'll run my 100 hours. I've got a number 4 nozzle on it. Okay, that's fine. But how is it? We had this talk when Fabrico was here. I was like, when am I getting my high precision, high speed 0.2 nozzle? Oh, well, that's a material science issue. No, it isn't. We can mechanically work around it. There's always that want, that need, because, and remember, for FDM extrusion, the classic rule of thumb is a number 6 nozzle. That is the ideal nozzle diameter for running, which most people don't know, right? And that goes way back to the Ender 3s and everything forward of that.
Yeah, I don't
Speaking of,
know.
Have an
My Ender
extruder
came
over
with a
there that
point.
uses 3mm filament.
They do come with 0.4s, but mathematically and operationally, they were ideal for a number 6, 0.6. That's what they were. If you can even see it, which is why a lot of guys were over extruding with their 0.4s, right? Because they were getting a more consistent print.
Yeah, I really like running the 0.5 that I have.
That's a weird size.
I know, but it could,
Threes, two. What is it? 1/8, 2 5s, 2 8s, 3s, 5s, and 7s are weird sizes to me. I don't know.
yeah.
okay, speaking
It's small enough that I can normally get away with printing most things that were designed with tolerances for a 0.4 nozzle with a 0.5, and by the time I get to a 0.6, the tolerances just aren't there. Stuff doesn't fit together anymore.
The only thing I run into at the 0.6 is if I gotta start playing with my layer patterns if I'm doing something that's got, say, like a ramp up to it, when you'll get the big stair stepping going on with it. So you got to play around with your patterns in order to try and smooth that out.
There's a
Yeah,
new
I really
smoother
like
plugin for
adaptive
that.
layer height for that.
Yeah. It depends on what you're doing though.
There's
If you need something precision wise, the adaptive layer height can kind of mess with where things
there,
lay out, I believe.
I forget the name of it, but there's a new smoother out now that is better than adaptive and more uniform in its smoothing for surface field. Yes, file it. Hey man, I file everything. That's the answer to everything. File it. But there's
I thought it
plenty
was
of,
going to be this.
oh, there you go. There you go.
I'm not in my shop, or I'd pick up my little torch that Steven just grabbed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
blowtorch. Who
that's
doesn't
the
have a
bad
blowtorch,
one. Where's
right?
the good one?
And I bet Alex has got a bottle of
There's the good
uh,
one. Yeah, there's the good
acetone
one.
nearby.
Yeah, there's
Do a little vapor
acetone.
shaping.
There's a little torch. There's a big torch. There's an even bigger torch somewhere.
Yeah, I've got a map gas in the garage, but if I bring it in here, that'll be a problem. I don't have that much self control. I'd end up blowing a hole through it. Oh.
Yeah.
Da Vinci says he's got a 1.2 millimeter CHT nozzle.
We
That's a
try
That's a
hell of
not
a
to
big
listen
nozzle.
nozzle.
to Da Vinci. Da Vinci
He's
is
not telling
hardcore in
you.
the R&D side of things. Have you guys seen his cylinder print on a rotary?
I haven't seen his. I have seen a couple of like large vase mode prints where it's basically the entire, the whole 1.75 of the filament just heated up and laid down. It almost gives
Yeah.
it a wicker look.
He used a rotary
Uh-huh.
to do a 3D, which is very rare.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That'd
oh
be
yeah,
interesting.
he is a wild one. I love that Da
Huh.
Vinci guy.
And John Doe's talking about the Creality filament recycler. I was making a joke about that earlier, about how there must be some physical loop devices in the wild so Creality can copy them.
Hey, if they want to send me one, I got 8 kgs that needs recycling.
Oh,
I could hit a couple of buttons and make a little more printer poop to recycle.
right.
I haven't held on to what I've made so far.
Just because I want to do blending. I want to do my own blends, and
Uh,
you can get access to pellets now. So I would love to get my hands on a make or a loop or the 3D recycler bot, or there's lots of machines out there. There's like 5 of them now. I would love to be doing my own schedule for material sciences. And like the only thing is that most of the time you need an industrial grinder.
Yeah.
Because you got to get to the right size. Because people think, oh, I'll just throw the waste product into the machine. Like, one, you need virgin material to get that rebonding element, and two, you need to grind it to a size that is acceptable for the barrel diameter.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get my hands on all the pet pellets that I want. Yeah, I work on a couple of places. I do the chillers for their manufacturing process where they make various bottles and jars and so on out of pet. And they're like, yeah, you want a handful? Take them, whatever. We don't care.
So he walks out with his pockets full.
Yeah, my shirt pocket just pellets pouring out of it.
He ties the bottom of his pants shut, so he's stuffing them down his pants.
Nice.
Redneck
Shawshank
Bill.
Redemption. Yeah, Shawshank. I like it.
Yep.
The one that
Cuff your
I'm
shirt.
sort of having a hard time
Yeah.
seeing is PC polycarbonate, but other than that, you can get pretty much everything else. But nobody's really interested in that side of things because it's more of a tool for a makerspace than an individual. It really is.
Yeah.
You just and I had that debate with people with the loop. They're like, "Well, I got $2,800. I should get one." I'm like, "Whoa, pump the brakes," because like.
How many rolls of filament are you gonna have to make your money back on that?
2,800. Yeah, that's.
And remember, the 3Devo is 5K, and the recycler bot starts at 7 and goes to 15.
What's the one that Stefan from CNC Kitchen did?
That's a kit. That's not.
Yeah.
I like. We can debate kits all you want.
Oh yeah, no, I just was curious of which one it was.
700, and I think there's or maybe it's 1,200, and there's a knockoff on Ali for 7. But you want to burn your house down? Because that's how you burn your house down.
Right. Well, I mean, that's just it. Is all the poop and I hate the waste. It'd be nice to recycle it back in, but like Alex is saying, how many rolls of filament do you have to recycle to get your money? Even at $700, that's 70 rolls.
Listen, here's the thing, right?
Plus material.
Right.
Plastics manufacturing is what I do, right?
Yep.
Maker millwright, CNC stuff. What you do, what you did, right? The waste that we generate 3D printing is just part of the hobby.
Yes.
Suck it up, Buttercup. Deal with it. Throw it in the fucking trash. Right? You run a CNC mill. Chips are a part of that. Right? You take a cube of aluminum that started out as 3 kilograms, and you end up with a part that weighs a half a kilogram and 2.5 kilograms of wasted aluminum that's sitting in the bottom of the thing. You scrape that all up and you send it off to the recycler. Right? It's just what you do. And in large-scale plastics, because plastic manufacturing, again, what I do, right? In large scale, you do the same thing with your plastic, your purge, your scrap, your extra regrind, whatever it is. You box it up and you send it to the recycler, and it goes off and gets made into, corrugated pipe or, whatever your plastic is that you're dealing with, what it'll get made into. But it's just part of the thing, right? Even I'm not even going to do the math at $2,800, but guy at work was talking about, and again, we work in plastics manufacturing, so this conversation boggled my fucking mind. But he's talking about getting one of those $600 extruder deals, right? That just extrude I'm like, listen, I was like, we work in plastic manufacturing, so you know perfectly well how difficult it is to extrude something that needs to be that consistent
and uniform.
But let's just do the math on this. Even if you didn't add any virgin material back into it,
which you got to do probably 40% or more.
Yeah. So you're probably going to be able to get away with max like 44% of reground material, and the other 56% at least is going to need to be virgin material and whatever your master batch is. But you're going to the amount of spools that you're going to have to rewind, right? Now, let's say that in your 1 kilogram spool of filament, 10% of that is supports and other things that you can regrind, right? So you need 10 spools of filament before you get enough to respool for one, right? So you got a $600 investment, right? That you need to make back at $20 a spool, right? So you need, what is that?
$20.
30. Well,
$10 a reel, right?
I'm just saying. If you're buying decent filament, that's $20 a spool, right?
But you're
Let's say
not.
you're no. If you're that concerned about it, you're buying the cheapest shit you can find on Amazon. But let's just be generous, right? And so you need to make 30 spools of filament before you pay the cost of that machine back, right? And you need 10 spools of filament that you got to print through to get each one of those. That's 300 spools of filament that you bought before you get enough scrap to make it back. Even if you were extruding it at 100%, you captured 100% of your waste. You re-extruded it with no virgin material. It's going to take you years. The machine's going to wear out and break before that happens.
And we're all going to sit here and sort out the printer poop by type and color.
Well, that's the
we're all
next
doing
step, right? Because, like, okay, nobody's had the debate. Can you add dissimilar materials, like something with infill, like wood or neon or glow in the dark or whatever? No, I've had this conversation because people think, oh, I'll just recycle it. I was like, you're at a bare minimum, you're paying $3,200 for a machine, right? You got to do shipping,
Right.
you got to do all this other stuff, right? Then you have electricity. Then you have man hours because if it breaks or if it doesn't work or whatever, like it's okay. I could see it for a makerspace, but if you look at bulk material from a manufacturer, and I don't think they do remand, but even bulk material is black, and there's a reason why it's black. Because if they do remand on it, say 10%, 5%, 15% remand, the reason why it's black is because it has to be black because the color dissimilarities. And that's not even talking about you have a base PLA, you have a PLA plus, you have a Polymax, you have a neon, you have a glow in the dark, you
And
have
that's why recycling centers won't work, because you just can't sort it down well enough.
Right.
somebody dropped.
And if you take like every color under the sun, even if it's all just straight PLA, if you took every color under the sun and you mix it together, you are going to get the most terrible doo-doo brown you've ever seen in your life.
And you may not even get consistency in output product because
You're not-
the filament color, the pigment, may limit your bonding application.
Yeah.
Because it's
And then
dissimilar.
Phil is saying at least 15% virgin material. I think that number's low. I think 15% is low.
Well, I've said 20, but I'm pretty sure it's closer to 40. And I think I agree with Alex. It's probably closer to 55.
Alex's math. I'm sorry, Alex. I got to flag you. You're wrong.
Oh.
I got to, because
Okay.
you were running through all this mathematical calculation and good rolls and everything else, but you're running on the presumption that you just spent 30 rolls of material and everything out of those 30 rolls
nice.
is scrap.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we were giving it perfect, in a perfect make believe world.
In a perfect make believe world, I bought 30 rolls of filament and got no scrap.
In a perfect world, yeah. No supports, no scrap, nothing. You have zero waste.
No failed prints, no multicolor prints with poop.
Yeah.
And you're not using the shredder. Because you need a shredder too.
Oh yeah. You need more than just a shredder. You need a granulator.
Yes.
You need a shredder and then a granulator.
Yeah.
You have to
Um,
break it down 2 or 3 times.
yes,
Yep.
like I say.
Yeah,
Now,
how else is it going to fit in my pocket?
because
I'm right there.
I don't ever
I'm
want
right.
this to just be a one-sided preach fest.
Sure.
I'm going to play devil's advocate and point out a situation where it might make sense for you. Okay, I am 100% guilty of doing a project just because it's fucking fun, and that's the value of it to me. And if
That's almost
that
all
is
my
what you are
projects.
doing it for, if you say to me, "Hey, I'm getting a thing. I'm going to try to extrude my own film." Now, there's a difference between extruding your own filament and trying to save your fucking purge. All right.
Phil
Yes.
says to put it through a ninja mixer.
Well, that's actually no,
Cheese
but
grinder.
that's what the loop is using. That's what
Yes.
the loop is using a ninja. But still, like I agree with Alex because you've got to get to a particulate size. You have
I
to
don't
get.
think that ninja is going to turn my benchy into
It's
granules.
not. I've
No.
got a ninja. I know what it's capable of. I make smoothies all summer long. I also, again, work in plastics manufacturing. I do this for a
We're
fucking
going to have
living.
to
I was gonna
re-examine
say
your
we
man
better
card,
not.
sir.
If we ever go to his house and he offers a smoothie, check it for plastic bits.
Yep.
It's Harbor Freight.
I swear it's lemon.
It's lemon
There won't
flavored.
be anything. There won't be any plastic bits in it. Clown Hammer, I know better.
Oh,
No, but
It's PET-G. That's food safe.
there's a world, right, and there's people that they just want to do it to have fun. They're not trying to
sure.
save the planet. They're not trying to
I think that's Mike. Mike's
make
talking
their
about
money back.
making his
Yeah,
own
Mike's
filament. I
doing
think he's just doing it for the experience of doing it.
Well, that's why I would do it for content.
I
and
think
Right.
all of the
and I
makers
told
should
Mike I
get
would help
together.
him because it's I can point him in the right direction for materials. I don't have a U.S. source for master batch, but I do know where he can. Now he's going to have to buy it by either the pallet, 25 kilogram bags, or by the Gaylord, which is 700 kilograms.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can help the man get what he needs.
Yeah.
I think all the makers should just get together like they do at Merv or whatever else. And I saw a few years ago some dude made his own island using empty soda bottles.
Phil, Phil said put it through
You
someone
made his
else's
own
ninja
So
island.
we'll
mixer.
There you
just,
go.
you know, we can all get together. We can contribute. We can do our own little floating maker colony using a pedal powered outboard, and we'll call it Benchy Island.
There it is. Well,
Now,
Emily, the engineer, did build a water safe benchy. She did drive it around.
yeah. So Emily's awesome. I love her videos.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did see something at 3D Printopia that somebody was doing with scraps from support material, failed prints, whatever. They were taking it and they were melting it down in like a toaster oven
Yeah.
or something to that effect, and they were making sheets.
Yeah.
Right. And then they were taking those sheets of plastic and they were using those to feed through like a Milo or like a Shapeoko, like a mill thing to make
Oh,
some
So okay.
stuff out of it. And it was pretty cool. Now they weren't doing it to like make like whatever. They were using it to make like you would do with your laser to make like a Christmas ornament or something like that. And that
it
was
was
really cool. That
layer
was
by
an
layer.
interesting use.
I've seen videos for like third world countries that are actually taking like tires and plastic waste and grinding it up and making bricks to do
Yeah.
housing.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the problem with milling PLA is it gets soft at too soft.
And start sticking to the tool.
And it's soft, so it's like aluminum, so you got to down mill it all the time, or else it just gets sucked up into the machine. And so that's the debate on that. I have seen the clothing press making the sheets, which is good for model making because you can do 1 mil, 4 mil, 3 mil, whatever you want for making models. That's cool. But in general, like milling PLA is like a no-go. And there's opportunities like an air jet. Like I have an air jet coming out for the Snapmaker Artisan. I just have to finish it up. It'll be an air jet for tool cooling, stuff like that. But it's like I said, it's not. Look at Green Gate. Greengate does PETG, and that's all they do. And the reason why that's all they do is because that's what they're tooled for, and that's what they can get material for. And they do recycled PETG. But I don't even know what their content is. I don't know how much is virgin material versus recycled. But for a maker space, it's pretty much the only place for a filament extruder, because you're just not, like Alex said, you're talking 300 bad reels. So you're basically peeling the side off a reel, throwing it into the grinder, and then getting your weight. So, for the average person, I got 8 kg sitting around. So what? Even if I'm adding virgin material, double that to 16 kgs. That's only 16 reels. 16 reels at $10 a piece, right? You quote them at the lowest value because they're low quality, right? Because they're not clean. It is what it is. That's $160 out of my $3,200, and that's not counting electricity or my grinder.
I printed a little spring blaster that you load the printer poop into and it launches it, and that's how I recycle mine. I launch it at my children.
Every day.
You guys have seen the chip launcher by TechCheaper, right?
The who?
So
Tech
TechCheaper,
cheaper, yeah.
designer, he made a maker chip launcher for me. I
Yes.
brought it to Murph for me 2 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, the poop launcher is actually one of the stock test prints that comes on the SD card of the Cobra S1.
Value.
Nice.
Value.
I think it was layer by layer was the one taking the he was taking the poop and pressing it into like in a t-shirt press and making sheets out of it and then cutting different designs
I think
or
that was
whatever.
Teaching Tech, or I know Teaching Tech did that one. He may not
Oh,
have been the
did
only
they?
one.
I think
Oh,
even CNC
okay.
did too.
See, that would be cool to take and press
Now
it
I'm
down
picturing
and then
somebody
put it
making
in.
a sheet out of that and like vacuum forming it around somebody like Dexter.
Oh
That could be fun.
God. See, I'd like to do that, and then I could make my pen blanks for when I turn my pens. I could just, multicolor pen blanks.
I just think it's
Hey,
gonna
that would
melt
be
down.
cool.
I really
Yeah.
like with PLA. I think it's gonna melt down. I think
I've tried it once before. I actually printed a pen blank
Yeah.
with the Colorado flag. I designed it, I glued it all together, and it was miserable. I would have had to turn the lathe down so slow and almost use sandpaper on it because it was gummy and sticky. Oh, it was a mess. But
it's
Harold
soft.
Pulcher, Harold Pulcher makes his own pen blanks out of the poop with the resin.
Yes.
So he puts the poop in, and then the resin. So the poop is just, you hit it here and you hit it there. It's not the primary, right? So it works through it. You just
It's the color and not the structure.
Yeah.
right, exactly. It's designed so. But
Well, yeah, Woodcraft, like that's the guy I did the stuff for Smurf. That's what he does. He might print something and embed it in a
right.
resin, a binary resin or whatever, right? But inherently, that's the debate on film recyclement is it's far too much fresh material, and it's far too much processing material for an individual or even a few people. It's like a
Right.
collective item. It's something you'd see at a
Oh,
makerspace.
something that we haven't mentioned too is, the whole better recover those heat inserts and magnets out of that stuff and whatever other
Oh
hardware you got in
yeah.
it before you start grinding it up.
Oh yeah. Especially the heat inserts might go through, but the magnets probably won't get
With the
ground up.
magnet shortage and the prices going up, a couple of the magnets might buy you a roll of Polymaker at this
Yeah,
point.
there you go. You get more money in you get more money in magnets than you do in recycling your poop.
I
Oh,
know
that's funny.
they're going to
Oh,
classify. Y'all keep talking about poop, and they're going to the AI is going to classify this video as agriculture.
right.
Yeah, there you go.
That's too
What do you
funny.
mean it does wood? Could you explain more? I don't understand. But yeah, so and that's just like one of those things. It's like because that was the even if you laser PLA, you're gonna have problems.
Oh yeah.
So it's cool, and I did a couple of years in a plastic processing plant, recycling plant. It's cool. I love the idea. I'd love to have one, but I'm a content creator. So if I have it
Yeah,
running as a background object and I have material that's a different story than an average person.
He's just smoking
Your
and
question you
flaming.
were asking, Maker Millwright, I think it was for John Doe there, where he said that the Creality comes with 4 kilograms of virgin and says it does wood. So I go back to your question of what do you mean it does wood? Like wood filament?
Or does he mean
The
work? It does work because it's either or,
yeah,
right? I just saw it there, and yeah, many budget reels are polystyrene, so ASA or ABS. Yeah.
yeah,
Now ABS, the problem with ABS is when on a reheat on ABS, you have a tendency to burn it.
yeah.
That's
But
never
but
happened to me.
oh really? Because if you shred ABS and make ABS sheet, you could definitely mill that.
Yeah.
You're gonna go slow and you're gonna need an air jet, but you can mill that because it is hard enough and it will take a little bit of heat. But remember, all thermodynamic polymers start getting a little soft, right? And once they get soft, they're just like aluminum. You got a downhill mill on it all, and it's gonna be like aluminum. It's gonna catch up in the head if you're going too fast, or your spindle's going too fast, or your infeed's going too fast. Oh, it's coming with a granulator. Ooh, that could be fun. But
Hmm.
it's again, it's not. Everyone thought it would be the cure-all for waste, but I don't think people make enough waste product in general to do it. I just don't.
I've never waited. I just throw it in a box and throw it away. I don't
Well,
want to know.
well, you can recycle it. Like here in Canada, you can recycle it, but I think even
Okay.
now it just goes to the incinerator. And a
Yeah,
lot of
now,
people I
Probably.
now
know is just
see,
incinerate
you,
theirs.
you bring out these discussions and everything, and then you dial back to where you were talking about uh, lawmakers and everything else. Now they're going to chime in and say, not only do we need to control 3D
Oh,
printing because of this,
You need
but
to
we're
recycle
polluting
it.
the environment.
Yeah, yeah. Now you are going to have to be forced to recycle. Yeah,
except that
So,
most recycling facilities aren't capable of recycling anything but
no,
PET.
Nope.
Right? Pop bottles and aluminum cans, PET and aluminum.
right.
and I've come across a couple of recycling facilities
A
in the
leaf and
past. I'm
twig.
not going to say any names, mainly because I'm senile and can't remember them.
value.
I've came across them. There's a lot of recycling facilities that don't even they take it in with saying that they're going to recycle it, but they turn around and maybe what they're actually recycling is maybe 2 to 5% of their material, and the
Right.
rest of it goes right back into the landfill.
Well, that's plastics. That's all plastics in general right now. It used to basically all ship over to China, and all of your plastic and all of your metal, your scrap metal and everything else, and they
Circuit
were
boards.
repurposing it and reusing it and remaking it, and
And
then they
throwing
got to
it
the
back
point
at
they were
us.
yeah, and then they
Yeah.
got to the point they were like, okay, we got enough of this crap, and we're up and running, and we don't need it anymore, and they quit taking it. And now a lot of these places don't have anywhere to send it. You send it into a recycling center, and then it's like, well, what do we do with it?
So now we dial back to what I said originally. We make our own island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Out of
there
the
is an island.
melt the plastic together.
There is already an island. It's called Trash Island.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh
Matter of fact,
yeah.
there's several different projects going right now on ways to go out and clean it up. There's a thing that looks like a paddle boat, basically, that as it
Yeah, that's the
trolls
one I've
through,
seen.
it scoops it up. There's
Well, they
things
pulled
that
out.
look like trolling boats that has a recycler on it that it
Yeah,
scoops it up and then it breaks
yeah.
it all down smaller. And
I've seen those
Oh.
movies where they're out there walking on it and they're like, yeah, 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 and then all of a sudden somebody goes, "Thump," and then there's blood screaming, and it never goes away.
It seals back up right where they went through.
Well, it's just like
it's a new
walking on
kind of
a
ice
glacier,
fishing.
right?
Right.
Like a
No
glacier,
doubt.
man. John, I want to see that machine. I'll have to look it up after show. Thank you.
Yeah.
The last
What, the
megalodon
reality
is circling in the
granulator?
air.
But that's the truth. Like, if you want the honest truth, is most like plastics and polymers now are shredded, baled, and used as incinerator food.
Yeah.
That is the
know.
honest truth.
I know one of my
And
previous.
I do agree with John Doe that the Creality machine does look pretty interesting. But so far, what I've seen of it is kind of like the early days of the Loop, where I think they're all rendered pictures. I don't know if they've actually got it made yet or not.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it.
I know one of my previous occupations
They announced it a week or two
had a recycling program, and their recycling program consisted of the incinerator and then putting it in an open top train car and just running it across country and letting wind take its course.
There you go. There you go.
Just mix it with a little bit of diesel, make some napalm.
You
Because
know,
there you
I've
go.
seen pet recycling, and pet can be recycled, but it ends up you end up with polypropylene or polypropylene profile mostly, and then that's like polypropylene is what they end up using for blow molding and pellets like that. But it and it's normally shredded to a pellet, like Alex was saying. It's not extruded as a wire.
Yeah, there's plastics manufacturing is is a is a rough one, and it's never going to translate into individual maker usage, right?
Yeah, maybe
It's
if
just not.
technology catches up, maybe somehow. Although there's only so much you can do uh, with uh, with the science. You can't change physics.
Yeah, that's the problem,
so we
right?
need a law against physics.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Well, let's get a
Send it to
government agency
Washington. If
that'll
a corporation will sponsor it, they'll push it.
If you can open up the multiverse and step into another universe with different physics laws,
Yeah,
then maybe you can make it work.
we need wormhole technology.
Yes.
Yeah, but then you're
Yeah,
taking
you'll
your
have to figure out
problem
that
to
multiverse thing. I
somebody
want to be the
else's
fattest Spider-Man ever.
doorstep.
Ah!
You know, and then you're only going to send scrap plastic into the alternate dimension for so long before somebody gets mad and comes through there and goes, "Why are you sending me your garbage?"
Right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that an episode of Futurama?
It was. And a Marvel movie.
Uh,
Well,
Yeah.
it's like the usual, right? Why don't we just shoot trash into the sun? Well, there's a lot of problems with that, right?
That's a lot of gas.
Yeah,
yeah.
well, with our current track record, it'll probably just fall back anyway.
That's
I'll
that's
land in a car.
shoot.
Then you've got the overall laws of displacement here. So technically, everything that they're producing, they're stripping something down to the component level off the planet itself.
It came from here. It should stay here.
Into space or components. So
Listen,
Thursday the Earth was 100,000 miles in diameter, or whatever the number
Yeah.
is. And by Friday, it's down to 900,000 miles.
Yeah.
We're
listen. We just leave it here, right? And eventually, the sun will turn into a red giant, and it'll consume it anyway.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
Well, look at aluminum. Like, because most people think aluminum is an ore. Aluminum is not an ore, right? It's what 2-to-1 or 4-to-1 ratio, bauxite to aluminum.
Mhm.
So it's like you said, it's like, oh well, the rule of matter conservation. It's the truth. You're crushing stone to get aluminum, or to get bauxite to then turn bauxite into aluminum. But it is what it is. But I think the way that it's going is like in 5 years, the conversation about waste product will be such a negligible thing. This will be a footnote because the
Mhm.
machines will be so efficient.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah, they're getting there.
I don't know. People get hung up on some of the smallest, stupidest details. And I understand it's frustrating. You paid $20 for that roll of film and 10% of it's scrap. And you're like, oh my God, the $2. And well,
You
if you're that concerned about it, this probably isn't the hobby for you.
spend $1,000 to save 50.
I will point out though, beer. How much do you pay for beer, and how much of that is scrap?
None of it.
Are we
I don't
you're
dispose
just
of
paying a
beer.
rental fee?
Think,
I don't.
you're paying a rental fee on beer.
And my favorite bean juice coffee.
Exactly. It's
You don't own it; you just borrow it.
that's right.
You're storing it for it's a short-term storage.
Hey, Taco Bell works that way too, but a little different.
And for some of us, it's a shorter storage time than others, okay?
But I think Alex makes the strongest point.
Out of-
you get into CNC, you're not looking. You're like, oh, I want to make this flywheel. I'm going to mill this flywheel. Well, how much bulk material do you have to remove to get to your flywheel? Do you consider that garbage, or is that just part of the manufacturing process? Which is what I agree with. It's manufacturer's byproduct. That's just how things are made.
You mean
So,
you
like,
don't have a little conveyor belt shutting the chips into a furnace to remelt them down as you're milling?
I do not. Absolutely not.
Be doing bread
No, but
pans.
I could put a
So
rendering one on Kickstarter and collect your money.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
so
Doing bread pans in a backyard
it's like
barbecue to
this.
melt down your scrap.
Right.
It's like this with everything, right? If you bake a cake, you mix that cake batter, and there's some left in the bowl, right? You don't concern
Yeah.
yourself about it. Maybe you eat it. Maybe you're too afraid of raw eggs to do that. I don't know, but you know,
Yeah.
everything you make has some sort of waste involved with it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
True.
maybe the waste isn't right there with you. Maybe it's somewhere else that you never saw.
Look
But
at my
there's
last
there's
paradise.
waste involved with it, and I think a lot of people that get involved in 3D printing have never stepped foot inside of a factory and don't understand what it takes to make something and how much waste is involved in everything you consume in life and just get hung up on it. You know,
We all got 3D printers, to print up that replacement button for our car that you can't find. And somehow I accidentally printed another printer and 1,000 dragons, and I still don't have that button.
Yep.
But, we're going to worry about the printer poop.
Well, how many people are complaining about the styrofoam that comes in printer boxes?
Yeah, I've heard that a little bit.
Oh, no, they outlawed styrofoam cups here in plastic
That's a
bags. So,
two-sided fight there, though. Oh my God, all
yeah.
this styrofoam, all that crap, and then there's all these guys don't know what they're doing. The door was broken when it got here. They suck.
Right.
You can please some of the people some of the time, but you cannot please all of the people all of the
It
time.
falls
Styrofoam
under
cups
the
make
cake
good
and
money.
eat it too clause.
Yeah.
100%. Totally
well,
agree.
guys, we are past our 2 hour mark, so I'm going to take it over real quick to the billing department. And if you like the content you see over here, consider becoming a channel member. There's several ways to support the channel right now. Funds raised are going towards plane tickets and stuff to go to Rocky Mountain. Other than that, every penny this channel makes plus some goes to projects to bring you more content. Thank you to Steven, Maker Millwright, Clownhammer, Brad, Canrog. Thank you guys for coming on tonight, hanging out. Everyone in chat, thanks for hanging out with us.
What was the
We do
topic
this
for tonight?
squirrels and how to chase them.
Pineapple.
Um,
Pineapple and
Pineapple on
pizza.
pizza, baby.
Yep.
Hot topic.
listen. This is the podcast version of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm down with it.
Anyway, guys, I hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll be back. Might even be streaming this weekend, doing enclosure stuff on the NG. But if not, I'll be back next week doing that. And then we'll be back here again next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, doing the same podcast again. Y'all have a great one. Later.
Everybody take care.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Remember, like, subscribe, comment. Like, subscribe, comment, share.